Here's video 2.0 of the Conqueror Comfort. We've been for I think about 6 trips on this thing now, and as you can see on this video here, we've actually put up the adder room, so that's an extra 1.5 meters that you can add to the end of the trailer, which is brilliant. The trailer itself, it's a 2013 model. We bought it in 2020, and the previous owner had already fitted a new tent to it, which was brilliant. It came with the original awning, which wasn't brilliant, but you can imagine an awning through the test of time over the years, it does become quite saggy and everything. The one thing I like about the original awning is it did come with a piece that connects up to the main door. But that's about the only thing that I miss. Do not miss the actual awning itself. We do now have the insta-awn, which I'll go into a bit more in a minute, and I have to say the setup has really stood the test of time. As you can see, we have a nice view here of the Drakensberg mountains in the background, obscured by clouds. We have had a fair amount of rain and strong winds, so it's been a really good test of the insta-awn to see how well she fares in this kind of weather. But let's start off on the inside. The adder room itself, as I said, adds an extra 1.5 meters, and the brilliant thing is it's the same length as the main tent, and these disco bunk beds that we've just bought are they're able to be stacked side by side, and when they're up in a bunk bed configuration, it can take 130 kilos on the bottom one and 90 on the top, so it's sufficient for an adult. We've both had a try of these on the ground, and they're very comfortable and long enough. The mattress that we've put on is the Campmaster one, and I've got to say I love the thickness of this thing. I can lie on the ground on the hard concrete and my hips don't sink through to the ground, so very impressed with that. The outer room has a window that opens on the inside, canvas on the inside, and then a flap that opens like the doors on the outside with a canvas on the outside. I have added on here Velcro so that we can attach a sheet for condensation catching at night time. Over to the main tent. As you can see, this whole thing just folds up beautifully when you're opening it up. So the whole setup time takes us probably a good 45 minutes to hour and a half, depending on how hard the ground is to hammer in nails, etc. But it is so much easier than putting up a tent. Very impressed. The bed itself is 2.1 by 2.1 meters. We're nicely protected with a fly or condensation sheet catcher on the inside here. It does have very good ventilation that you can open and close the flaps from the inside. There's a cord that you can pull to make that flap come up and down. The ventilation at the end here, absolutely brilliant. The view is now obscured by the insta-awn. However, you do still get that ventilation, which is very important. We've put our view outside for while we're sitting down. Obviously that's been prioritized, so unfortunately it does mean the trailer is sloped at an angle where we have to put our heads at this end. Prefer our heads at the other end, but it's no biggie. The storage inside this thing is ample. On the right hand side you can choose if you want to have, we got 3 sliders with these ammo boxes. Absolutely love it. We've got one for hand vacs and accessories, one for medicines and toiletries, and one for kids' toys. The kids are limited to one box. That can be challenging sometimes, but we do our best. Oh, this here. We did find that the adder room, the zip, you can see the zip extends down there, but on the actual main tent it doesn't align, and the Velcro doesn't align either, so we are left with snake holes which we plug with umbrellas, and it's been a good enough solution. The drawers are excellent in terms of the fact that they glide really easily. The mechanisms that they've put on here are brilliant, and you've got a nice spring-loaded lock for when you're driving around to make sure that things don't, jiggle around as you're driving. The vanity unit here, absolutely excellent. We've got a light on the inside there, so at night time you can see what you're doing inside the cupboards and also inside the drawers. There is a power plug point there. It's one of those cigarette lighter type ones. On the outside You can see that there's a braai attached to the spare wheel, and it comes with gas bottle storage spots on either side, and we've put an extra long pipe on this one here so we can attach it directly to our double plate gas stove. Needless to say, this was newly fitted, and this has been absolutely brilliant. We do need to stick up some kind of a wind protection, but it's just awesome having this all slide in, slide out, nice and handy. Oh, and there we are on the slope. The cutlery drawer, this came with a lot of the cutlery in it already. Good storage space down here for salad bowls and things. Love the fact that it comes with nice hard plates, glasses, cups, proper stuff for proper camping. There is a 2-meter long canteen table that's stored on the top there that we've not taken out yet. You can see the battery management system where we can put the pump on and off and play around with settings as you please. Again, ample storage for anything. We've used this for fire lighters and kitchen stuff. We like having our toaster and kettle all set up over here ready to go. Needless to say, charging station for important things like aeroplanes. And we've also found very, very handy when you're camping with kids, having walkie-talkies. Actually, even as adults, if one of us goes off to the shop or something, you don't always get the best reception at these places, so it's quite handy having those. This slides out so that you've got double space for wash basins, and we just put our drying rack on the side there. The water storage tank is situated underneath in 2 tanks, and it can go via the geyser to give hot water, the geysers in the nose cone, and also cold water. And we are going to hook up a tap here eventually with a mixer, so it'll be connected to the sinks here, which will be a lot easier. The insta-awn itself has an umbrella mechanism where it just easily comes out and then you attach your poles to it. It's quite cool that you can, if you want to, you can get Velcro or zips, so then you can attach shade cloth or more canvas, which we will be adding in later on, shade cloth, just for that extra bit of privacy, wind protection, rain protection. Probably just get an extra couple of sheets. Under here is where you empty out the tank when you're done with all your water, and behind the number plate is, again, everything has a place, storage area for the poles. Around to the side there's a nice bar area here, which is very well thought through because it makes sure that you can easily transport your wine bottles without having to worry about them clattering around while you're moving. Only thing is, it doesn't take a Jack Daniels bottle, but hey, can't complain really. Again, there's lights that you can attach in these areas to light up at night time, which is absolutely brilliant. And very importantly, it comes with real wine glasses, actual wine glasses and tumblers, which is brilliant. The drawers on this side, exactly the same as on the inside, ample storage. And the thing that I love about the 2013 model is the bench height where it's set is perfect for someone like me, 5'2". It's a good working height. I did find when we checked out the 2019 model, can't fault it, love it, but it does sit higher. I don't know if it had bigger wheels or the whole thing sits higher, but we did check out a couple and I found that the bench space was really, really high. With this, I can reach the back of the drawers, which would be very frustrating if you can't get to the back when you're trying to reach your stuff. The fridge we got with this is the 80-litre Snowmaster. Incredibly impressed with this. We've had other ones before where we've had a bit of freezing going on in the fresh area, and yeah, this one here, love the fact that you can set it fridge or freezer how you like. It's got a light on the inside and racks so you can lift up to reach things underneath as you please, and an alarm, so if you've got little hands going in for snacks and they forget to close it, you're not going to sit with any kind of defrosting issues or anything. Again, more storage at the top, ample storage in this thing. We also use this wheel hole area for toolboxes and boots, etc. We got the Wild View Camping insta-awn. Again, very impressed with it. it really has stood the test of time with the winds and rains that have gone on here. It's got these extra levered up poles to stop any pooling of water. You do get a little bit of pooling of water, but compared to the previous one, it's negligible and it's not really anything to worry about. We do need to add some kind of a strapping to maintain the downward position when the wind is blowing up and down, because during the night we did find these poles fell out. So that's going to be a nice, quick, easy fix for that. In the nose cone area, again, ample storage for ground sheets, etc. This is the gas bottle that came from the other end of the trailer, and here's the geyser. Again, everything has its place. There's the axe, there's the shovel, there's the jerry cans. Absolutely brilliant. So overall, I've got to say I'm incredibly impressed with this tent, with this setup. Having done it a few times, obviously we keep on making tweaks, but I think it's a bit like a classic car where you could spend your whole lifetime tweaking and perfecting little things. But compared to tent camping, I love this. And for us at this stage with the kids, the considerable amount of space inside that you have for rainy days, for toys, for everything else, absolutely love the comfort. Very, very happy. Camping, well, camping's always been a pleasure, but now it's just so much easier, so much more enjoyable. Very, very happy with this, as you can tell.